Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen Crafts, and today I am bringing you the day one of my December daily. So this year, let me go back. Last year I did a album class with Vicki Boutin, and so I did not do the December daily, and I haven't shared it yet. I ended up getting the flu and then food poisoning. So half of my December last year was kind of down for the count. So I really haven't even finished adding pictures. So I will be doing that throughout the season when I have time as well, because I do want to get what we did done. So I may be taking some of the pre-made pages from that album class and incorporating them into here and spreading the love. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the newer items that I purchased. So the first thing I got was this, I think it's 2.5 inch or 2.5 inch album from Simple Stories. It's The Most Wonderful Time of Year on the cover. Normally this is big enough. I do have a second album that I was considering using, and I may switch it out because it actually looks more like the 49th and Market collection that I'm deciding that I'm going to be using this year. Still debating. So you may see a switch going. This is going to be a fluid process as I go. This album came with some inserts, whereas the one with the poinsettia on the front did not. I think moving forward to try and keep their price point the same or similar, Simple Stories stopped adding the pre-cut or the little fillers in here. So we'll see. I have a ton of stash. The only thing that I did purchase this year towards my December daily is 49th and Market. I still have a ton of Vicki Boutin's collection from last year, and I also have her digital kit. And then I just have a lot of Christmas stash. So I really just, the main focus is going to be the new 49 and Market because it was just beautiful. But I will be filling that in with my own stash. So for day one, I've already kind of have in mind, I haven't done my, sorry, I'm babbling all over the place. I have not done my cover or intention page yet. I don't know what I want to start the album with. So we will go back at a later time. It's still mulling that over of what direction I want to go and to have my cover and an intention. So we're going to skip past that and we're going to go to day one. So on the first, my sister Lori and I went to our local town has the celebration of the season where they do the Christmas parade. Santa Claus comes to town and they close off the main road, and you know, for a couple hours the kids run around and have a fun time. The Boy Scouts give out things, the bank gives out popcorn, there's one group is making s'mores, and you know, they're just everything's free handed out from all the community groups, and it's just a wonderful community family event. My sister and I have been doing this for several years together. I've been going for probably 9 or 10 years now with friends and whoever. And right on our main street is a winery. And I have found that the best place to watch the parade is from the front window of the winery. So that is what we did again this year. And then when the parade's over, we walk down and look at the community tree that they have lit. So I went ahead and used my Canon wide format printer, and I printed 2 pictures. Now the first one I did on the matte photo paper, and I was thinking I didn't want to use this, so then I reprinted it on some Epson 8.5 by 11 photo paper, and it's the glossy, which I really love. But I think I'm going to save this and make a 12 by 12 layout for my main book. And I'm going to use the matte format one. Because of it going into the page protector, it really doesn't matter. But what I liked is I could use my white pen, and I just did my journaling about it, it's become one of my favorite ways to kick off the Christmas season. I try to go every year to the Genoa Christmas Parade and tree lighting. And it's just kind of a quick way to do the journaling. I can do a little bit of embellishing. Nice picture of my sister and I. So that's where I'm going to go for here. We'll cut that down in a minute. Then I went and printed, and I wasn't doing my math. I don't know, you know, it was struggle bus there, but I went and I had 4 photos that I wanted. And instead of doing 3x4, which was my intention, I ended up doing the 2x3. So going through the pre-done pages, they do have these little Polaroids on this page. So I pulled that out, and I think what I'm going to do is try and square these photos off and then mat them here. So I'm just going to grab my ruler and see what the measurement is. And these are just under 2.5. So if I went with a 2 1/8 by a 2 1/4, let me write it down on a sticky. 2 1/8 by 2 1/4. I figure I can do a matting all the same size and a color, and then I can trim these down to fit the matting, because these, like I said, will be actually they're 2, which will be perfect for the width, and then I just have to go and have them a little bit smaller. So let's go ahead and find something that I can mat with. I do have some scrap paper, and I have some plaid. I think I'm going to grab this plaid paper. This is from Cartabella, and let's see what we have here. I kind of like the smaller buffalo plaid. All right, we're going to go with the red because the background's already green, and so the red, I think, will pop off. So let me grab my trimmer real quick. So we know we want the width to be 2 1/4. All right. And then we want the height to be, or is that wrong? Hang on. Yeah. Let me just see. It's going to be like right there. Sorry, again, having struggles with the math. Let's see where that takes us. That ends up being a little over 2 1/4, not quite 2 1/2. So what I'm going to do is just use the one as my guide to cut the other ones. So let's just go ahead and put that in there. Yeah, I'm happy with how that looks. And let's hopefully we can get 4 out of here. We should be able to. The nice thing is this does not have to be perfect. It's going in your own album. And part of what I like about scrapbooking is, somebody told me once, because even with sewing, that the imperfections show that it was homemade. And to me, that's made with love. All right. So we have our 4 quadrants that we're going to do here. Make sure I turn them the right way so that they fit. All right, so they're all going to fit in there. That one's a little wonky. We're just going to turn him sideways. So let's see about trimming these down here. Actually, let me get my little trimmer. We have the tools, we must use them. All right. And the last 2. So when I look at these, what I do is try and find areas that I can cut out that won't affect the photo. So for here, I know that I can cut out the brick. So right now we know that they're 2 inches wide, which is perfect. So this one I'm going to cut right above. Well, let's see if I can make these 2 1/8 maybe. We can always cut a little more off. So my 2 1/8 or 2 1/4 is there. I'm going to start with at the top of my head. Take a little off my shirt. And let's see how that one looks. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. And what's nice about this background here is that I can actually do my journaling below each picture and then just add a little bit of decoration to it. So I like this one here because to me, the photo of the 2 of us together is kind of a focus photo. All right, so I know I need to take it down to like 2 1/8. So let's see where that takes us. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of lining it up, and I can use this to kind of see what I'm cutting off and kind of judge my photo. So right here, I wouldn't be cutting off her head, still keeping all of the important part of the photo. Now she is looking this way, so I'm probably going to use it down here. My other problem is that Santa's facing that way too. Actually, let me go ahead and move it because of Santa. Maybe I'll put him here and I'll put us here because we're kind of facing forward. And the glass of wine won't matter. All right, so let's put Lori down here. And this is her taking pictures through the winery door at the Kids in the Parade. All right, so same thing for Santa. I'm going to line it up and see where I can go, where I can get 2 1/4. I think I'm going to take a little bit of the greenery that they had under the window off, leaving a little bit there, but not as much. And you can then still make out what it is. And then we're just going to trim him down just a tad. You still see Santa. You still know who's in the window. Add him to this one. There we go. And then our last one is of my wine glass. So I know I have a little bit of space at the top that I don't need. So we're going to remove that first. And then we'll see how far down we have to go. And that only takes a little bit of the base of the wine glass off. You can still make out that it's a wine glass. It's not affecting that at all. And you can still make out the name of the winery on there, which is what we want. Ew. All right. So those are all trimmed down, and my mistake on printing has been fixed, and I didn't have to waste more printer paper reprinting. It all worked. So now we got to figure out what we want to do. So again, I think I'm going to go with this picture here, and I want to see if there's enough to do the white border, and I might be able to do that. Let's see. I printed it at 6x8, but the sleeve is actually a little bit bigger than 6x8. So let me just see if I can have a sliver of a white border on here so it looks even all the way around, and then it pulls a little of the white in. I love watching Allie Edwards, and she always has those full-size photos in her album, and so now that I have my wide format printer, I do want to incorporate some of these 6x8 size photos in here and there. It just gives me a nice impact. And the printer came with samples of this matte photo paper, and so the quality's not too bad. All right, let's see. So no, it's not going to fit in, so we are going to have to just take the border off. And take a little of this off. And a little of this one off. There we go. And like I said, I'll figure out what I want to do for my intentions page, and that will go on the other side of this. All right. So that is how that's going to look in the page. Let me get rid of these scraps real quick. Now we just have to decorate. Trying to avoid rolling over my Cartabella paper here. All right. So let's take a look at what we have for decorations from 49 and Market. All right, I know we don't need to use the 6x8 paper. And so this is the greenery. This might not be, or this might be fun. If I can find something little to go on here. I don't think I want to use the lace bits for this one. This might not be bad. It's got little baubles and stuff. And then here's the ephemera pieces. I'm going to hold off on the chipboard. And I'm going to hold off on the chipboard phrases and the chipboard frames. We can check out some of the enamel pieces. And then this does have some numbers in here. So let's see if we can find the number 1. And I see it right there. Now I can do the white number 1. You know what? I don't like how that looks. I think I'm going to do something else. Maybe find a number 1 here. Or it might get layered. So I'm going to hold off on that. Let's see what we have in here for bits. All right. This is Deck the Halls, which we're not doing. I do like the poinsettia. Could I fit that in the middle? And then I can do the journaling on the bits or under each of the pictures. We have little holly pieces. Okay, I kind of like the holly. I don't want to cover up the tree though. If I put that up there with a number 1, let's see. Got stars, amazing. It's a Wonderful Life. Believe, magical. Kind of like Believe, because then it's Santa Claus coming to town. But then it's a magical season. Or we can go with Merriest, because we were making merry. Okay, I like that. And then I can leave my journaling. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make my decision. I'm not going to make this really, really hard. I'm kind of tucking the end of the poinsettia into the one picture, trying to center it. And then we'll just add a little bit of adhesive. To here with the word merriest. And then okay. Now there is the star up here. I could do a star and then the poinsettia. Let me see if I can find a number 1 in my stash. I just have my numbers behind me. I'm going to put that to the side here. I think I have some Chamel numbers. Let me see. Now I have these gold ones, and I have a gold number 1. So let's take this out. I think I want to do this in the corner. Like that. Put the star on top of it. This is actually 2 stars together, but I like the stars. And then we can use this gold number 1 right on top. And then, I don't think it needs any enamel dots, but maybe I'll sprinkle it with some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, just to bring a little of the gold in. And then I'm going to put a little over on this page. We'll go ahead and let that dry. And put it all back in this evening after the Heidi Swapp Color Shine is dried. And I'll also do a little bit of journaling about, you know, the winery, but below each of the pictures. All right, we're gonna call this one done. Very simple. I try not to add too much bulk to my page because this is gonna get full by the end of the season. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you all are having a happy holiday season, and I will see you again tomorrow for day 2. Have a great day.